ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of week again for me to bring you the Pro Wrestling Power Podcast review of Monday Night Raw.
That's right, folks. You don't need glasses. You're not seeing something weird. This is I, Retro Joe, recording Raw this week for the Pro Wrestling Power Podcast. So, this has been a long time since I've seen Raw. And I have to tell you, it was very, very, very interesting. So, this is the second show for WWE that they've recorded before an empty audience. I have to say, honestly, in my opinion, this is not a sustainable thing. So, yes, we did get the Royal Rumble for free this week, and yes, there was a match, but I have to say, guys, it was, I don't know, the promos, we'll say it this way, the promos were good, but there was very little new original wrestling. There was one match, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade, but it was only 5 minutes and 32 seconds. That's right. If you don't count the Rumble, there was only 5 minutes and 32 seconds of actual new original wrestling on this broadcast. We did find out yesterday that WrestleMania will be taking place at the Performance Center, so we're still getting Mania. But I don't know how that's going to go. With an empty audience, it's very odd. It's very surreal. They're trying to do things that make it more entertaining, and we'll get to that here in a minute. The first thing we had was Becky Lynch rolling up in her big semi-truck that was all decked out like the man. That truck was pretty awesome, I have to say. I kind of want that truck. I'm kind of jealous of Becky. But yeah, she rolls up at the beginning, and then we cut to Edge coming out to do his promo against Randy Orton. He challenges Randy Orton to a last man standing match at WrestleMania. Is this the big return of Edge we're seeing? I think so, guys. I think so. Then they give us the free Royal Rumble, which is pretty cool because I actually haven't watched it yet. I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually watch the Rumble. I was very entertained. I already knew beforehand that Drew McIntyre had won the match because, you know, you can't turn on your phone, especially as a wrestling fan, and not see something in your feed to see who won the Royal Rumble. I already did. I did enjoy the ending, but I didn't enjoy the beginning with Brock just beating the crap out of everybody. I really didn't enjoy that part, honestly. Like, I don't know. It just reminded me of the old days where Roman Reigns was taking everybody out. And I was kind of worried about that, too, at the end, because every single time I watch these, it seems like Roman Reigns is there, one of the last four guys. And it's like Wildcat already mentioned before, we don't like Roman Reigns. It's sad what's going on, his health reasons, and I think honestly he's probably a great guy. But as a wrestler, he's never been over, okay? He never will get over. You could have the look, you could have a lot of things, but he doesn't have what the fans want. And all these years they've been pushing Roman, and it's getting kind of old, Vince. It's time to move on to the younger talent and pass down the torches to the other guys and give them a chance, because you can only push somebody so far before you realize that it's a lost cause. Like I said, I'm sure he's a great guy, and I really enjoyed him in the Hobbs and Shaw movie. I thought he was awesome, but Roman is not entertaining in the ring. I'm sorry to say, but he is not entertaining in the ring. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. So we saw Drew McIntyre win the Royal Rumble. They re-showed it for free, which is kind of cool if you don't have the WWE Network. Then we move on to the Taker contract versus AJ Styles. So he basically is going to be taking on AJ Styles at WrestleMania like we already do. But what was cool about this is he came out in not his normal Taker outfit, and this is something that a lot of Twitter's been talking about. All this, everyone seems to assume he's going to be coming out as his American Badass persona, which, you know, I never hated back in the day. I thought it was pretty cool, so that might be pretty awesome. But here's the thing: if it's in the Performance Center, how's he going to ride that motorcycle down that little bitty ramp? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. Anyways, our one match of the night, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. This, to me, when I rate these matches, I have to be brutally honest with them. There was nothing wrong with the match, but it was very short, and it wasn't anything I haven't seen before. It was one of those matches there's matches that you remember your whole life. You know, there's, you know, like Macho Man versus Jimmy Snuka. I mean, was one of the best matches ever. But this one, I watched it, but I won't remember it. You know, a month down the road, I won't remember this match. Sometimes that happens, and you just can't help it. Like, there was nothing super special about this match. Rey Mysterio did win, but like I said, it was kind of a throwaway match, and yeah, I didn't really enjoy it too much, and I was kind of disappointed that there was only 5 minutes and 30 seconds of original wrestling content on Raw this week. Now we move on to the Becky Lynch promo against Shayna Baszler. What did I think of this promo? I thought it was great. Becky Lynch is awesome. I've always liked Becky Lynch. You know, she's energetic in the ring. She has good promos. I liked it. Baszler, don't really care for her. Sorry to say. Don't care for you, Baszler. You know, you don't have the one thing that every wrestler needs. And I'm not talking about in-ring skill. I'm not talking about amazing finishers. You don't have a good voice for promos. Your promos sound very cookie cutter, generic, and boring. So Baszler, you're falling in that Roman Reigns category. You're getting pushed, but nobody wants you. So sorry, Shayna. I am brutally honest on these reviews. Now we move on to the promo for Kevin Owens challenging Seth Rollins. Now I have to admit, I haven't watched Raw in a long time, but I always heard this joke about Seth Rollins, you know, being the workout Jesus and all this. Now he is, apparently. He's the Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah. Wow, I was kind of drawn into this whole thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It looks really good. Kevin Owens, never been a huge fan, but I do appreciate what he does in the ring. He's very athletic for his size, and he impresses me a lot in the ring. Now the last thing on Raw, we had, so like before I talk about this, the whole thing, the whole program was 3/16 day because it was aired on March 16th. So they're pushing the whole time. Stone Cold's going to be here. Stone Cold's going to be here. I absolutely love Stone Cold Steve Austin. He is like one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. I loved everything he did in the Attitude Era. It was amazing. But like I said, brutally honest time. So this is what happened. So he comes out at the end of the program, right? And he's, you know, he does this thing where he's talking to the audience and he's drinking beers, and he's telling you what you can and can't do on 3/16 day, and Byron's over there with these cards, you know, rating each statement, like today you can whoop your boss's butt and all this. And I thought it was pretty funny. It was a good segment. The best part I liked is when he came out and he drank the beers and went backwards. That was pretty hilarious to me. I love that. Yeah, it was a good segment. And it ended with Becky Lynch coming out after Stone Cold Steve Austin threw a stunner on Mr. Byron. And yeah, he did that a couple more times after that. But Becky came out as the man, drank beers with Stone Cold. They thought there might be a small altercation because of them in the past. But no, they drank beers and ended the program out. The only thing it was great, guys. That part was great. It was the best part of the show. But deep underlining, I have to say this. And it felt throughout the whole program, you could feel it because they kept promoting it. This is promo stuff they kept promoting. This is basically a glorified commercial for Stone Cold's new beer. and it's kind of sad sometimes because we in this day and age we're just pushed for ads all day long, ads on our phones. Every time we watch a video, we have ads, and it gets annoying. And this whole thing was a glorified commercial, and I could sum it up just like this.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Exactly. But who was the standout winner from Raw? This little lady right here, because no one is ready for Asuka. Now remember to keep it retro, and I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe for more awesome content. Later.